Welcome guys, this is a continuation of the second part of the video. I'll be taking you along how I joined the pieces together. So guys, if you've not watched the first video on how we drafted out this short collar jacket, I'll be dropping the link on my description box. So in this particular video, I'll be showing us step by step how I made this short collar jacket. So if this is what you want to watch, please stay tuned. And guys, if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button so you get subscribed and be part of this family. Thank you guys. So now I've gone ahead to hire my hairstay on my pieces. Yeah, I've gone ahead to hire my hairstay on my fabric. So you can see I've ironed my hairstay on my fabric already. Yeah, and this is the facing. Like I told you, we didn't cut lining for this. Yeah, and this is the facing for the center front. Yeah, I've gone ahead to iron my hairstay. I didn't iron hairstay on the lining because my lining is thick enough. So if your lining is not that thick enough, you go ahead and iron on your lining. So now this is the center back where we have the vents. So you just go ahead and place your pieces together. That is front side facing front side. That is your right side facing each other. You go ahead and place it like so, and you'll be sewing on the 1/2 inch allowance that we added for joining. So just go ahead and sew 1/2 inch all the way. You come down by that side by 1/2 inch, and you sew and stop 1/2 inch away. Do you understand? So just watch how I sew. So just come down by 1/2 inch and you sew again, just if you are writing an L shape. Do you understand? You come outward with 1/2 inch. Yeah. So now this is the lining. You just do the same thing. You go ahead and join with 1/2 inch all the way. But this time around, we'll not be sewing. Yeah, you just come down by 1/2 inch. We'll not be sewing like that. We'll not be sewing how we sewed the on the main fabric. How we sewed on the main fabric, as if we're writing an L shape. Do you understand? But this time around on the line, you just come down by 1/2 inch like so. So you just go ahead and open it up like so. You just open it up. Be careful not to cut your stitch. Just open it up. Do you understand? So now guys, when you are done opening top, the next thing we'll just go ahead and iron. Do you understand? Just go ahead, iron, and open up your stitch, your allowance that you've sewn. I'll do the same thing on the lining as well. Now on the main fabric, you know, we actually marked 1.5 inches for our hemming, plus the 1/2 inch for sewing. That's 2 inches. Just go ahead, when you're ironing, you fold the inches together. So I've gone ahead to iron. So you can see I've ironed already. I've opened up my stitch, my allowance that I've sewn, and I also have ironed the hemming parts also. So just go ahead and iron yours. So now on the lining, I've gone ahead to iron like so. I've ironed on the vent. So now I'll be working on the lining. So just watch closely. Now on this vent, you know, we have the underlap and the overlap. So now we are going to be cutting one of this lap. You can just choose any side that you wish. So now, like this side down, I'll be using this side. Just go ahead, use your chalk and chalk out that vent. You can see I'm doing it like so. You just chalk it out with your chalk. Just watch closely. Just go ahead and chalk out with your chalk like so. Just follow the pattern. Do you understand? Just follow it up like so. Just chalk on it. So when you're done chalking on it, you just open it up. Will come down by ½ inch. Come down by ½ inch on how we've chalked. You know, we've chalked already. You come down by ½ inch. You follow up the shape on how you chalked earlier by ½ inch. Just go ahead and chalk ½ inch like so. So now we'll be cutting on that this second lines that we've drawn. We'll be cutting on it. We just cut out like so. Yeah, I just cut it out. We don't need that anymore. Yeah, so we're just left with the underlap. Sorry, with the overlap. So now this is how we are going to be sewing our vents. So now after you've ironed, the essence of your iron is for you to have this sharp point. Do you understand? And this sharp point that I'm pointing my hand. So just go ahead and fold your fabric like so. Yeah, so just fold it like so, as if you are writing, as in you're forming a triangle. Do you understand? Your guide should be that point over there. Yeah, this point. That's the essence of you ironing. So you just go ahead, after you fold like so, just go ahead and iron. Do you understand? You just go ahead and iron. So I've gone ahead to iron like so. I've got ahead to iron. So now that sharp point should be your guide. You just use your scissors and cut off like so. Cut off that excess. We don't need it. You just cut it off. So now after you've cut off, you just go ahead, you fold like so. We'll be trimming with our scissors that point over there. This is a guide. It's actually a guide for us when we'll be sewing, when we'll be joining that line that we've cut out. Yeah, it's a guide for us. Yeah, so just watch closely. This is how you achieve your back vent. This is how you sew your back vent, because we are sewing fabric to fabric and also lining to lining. So just go ahead and sew and stop at that place you've notched. Do you understand? Just sew and stop at that place you've notched. That is the essence of us notching at that tip. Yeah, so for you to have a neat finishing for your blazer, we'll be sewing on we'll be sewing fabric to fabric and also lining to lining. So after you've sewn and you've stopped on where you notched, the next thing, just try and cut off that excess there. So you just open it up. Just open on the right side. Just go ahead and flip on the right side. By the time you flip, this is what you're going to have. This how is going to be like after you've sewn. Yeah, so you just go ahead and iron. Yeah, this how is going to be like on the front side. So I'm done ironing. Yeah, I've gone ahead to iron. Now this lining, you know, we've actually cut out that ½ inch, and that other ½ inch is where we are going to be sewing on top. So now that's my front side. So now that's ½ inch. You just go ahead and open up that part that I chopped. Yeah, open it up like so. So now your front side should be facing your front side. Guys, please just watch closely. I don't know how I want to explain again. So just I'm I mean, this vent is actually tricky somehow. So you place your front side facing your front side. How I've done, you just sew on that half end I chalked. Do you understand? You just sew and stop on that place that I opened up earlier. That's the guide for us opening it up. So you now go ahead and place your lining on your fabric. Yeah, this other part will be sewing on half an inch. That is the bottom of the vent. Do you understand? That's the bottom. You just sew on top with half an inch. So after you are done, you just flip out. So now this is what you're going to have. You just go ahead and iron. So now the next we'll be doing your overlap. Now we'll be sewing the overlap. So now you just go ahead and fold like so. That's your hemming allowance. Just go ahead and notch on that side. That is the 1.5 inch. So you just place the front side facing each other like so. That's for your overlap. You just place the lining on the fabric and sew with half an inch. You just go ahead and notch. So you flip on the right side for your overlap. So after you've sewn like that, the next thing we'll be doing, we'll be joining. You just flip on the wrong side. We'll be joining, we'll be sewing this other side. This other side. Ensure to fold the allowance that is for your hemming. That is 1.5 inch. That's where we've notched. Ensure to flip it so that your fabric will match with your lining. Then you go ahead and sew with half an inch. So now guys, after you're done sewing, just go ahead and open it up. Flip on the right side. Yeah. So now our underlap, that's our underlap and our overlap. So just go ahead and iron. So we are almost done. So the next thing we'll be doing is to sew this other part inside. Yeah, stitch on it. So I'll just iron. So I'm done ironing. So now for us to stitch on this other part, we just go ahead and flip it on the wrong side. You just hold like so and stitch. Yeah. Actually, when I was notching on that side, that's when we're cutting out that our overlap. Sorry, it's overlap on the lap. That's where I chalked now. That is kind of like a triangle. I over notched. Do you understand? So when I was stitching inside, I don't know how to explain, but I didn't really have a neat sewing that side, seriously, because I actually over notched. Do you understand? So when you are notching, please be careful. So now guys, the next we'll be joining the side to the center back that is lining to fabric to fabric. So I've gone ahead to place my side to my center back. So I'm sewing on that half hinge. Yeah, so I'm sewing on the half inch. So I'll just go ahead and sew the other side. So we are joining the fabric to fabric. So now I've gone ahead to join the other parts, the other pieces to my center back, and I've gone ahead to sew on my fabric. That is my lining to lining as well. Yeah, I've gone ahead. So I'll just be showing us how I sewed my lining to lining. So the same step, how you joined your fabric to fabric. So you just place your lining like so. Just place your lining like so and sew with 1/2 inch. That is the essence of you adding half inch on your pattern. Do you understand? When you're cutting your fabric, that is the essence of you adding your 1/2 inch all around, because you'll be sewing on that 1/2 inch. Do you understand? So after you are done sewing your lining to lining, the next thing you'll be doing, guys, is that we'll be sewing on the bottom. That is, on the bottom of your blazer. Yes, we'll be sewing the fabric to the lining. Just join the bottom with 1/2 inch. So just go ahead and iron up all your sewing allowance together with your lining. So I'm done joining the pieces of my back. As you can see, I'm done joining fabric to fabric and also the lining to lining. Yeah. So now we'll be sewing the front pieces. So just go ahead and join your fabric to fabric. That's your center front to your side front. So just go ahead and join with 1/2 inch. I'll be doing that and I'll show us. Yeah, I'll be doing the same thing to your lining. This is the center front. We are making use of I made use of a duchet material for the facing, and this is the lining. That is the side lining for my front. So I'll just go ahead and sew my fabric to fabric and my lining to lining. So I've gone ahead to join the pieces together. That is my center front to my side front. Yeah, you know the front is 2. Do you understand? The front is 2, like 2 pieces for the front. The front is divided into 2. So I'm going ahead to join my center front to my side front. I've joined already. So now this is what it looks like. And this is our collar for the front. If you remember our pattern, how we drafted our pattern, yeah, that's the collar. So now, guys, we'll be sewing this. We'll be choking where our single well pockets will be. That is the breast pockets. So you come down from your shoulder like so, guys. Please come down from your shoulder. You go ahead and choke your bust points. My bust point is 11 inch. I'll go up by 1 inch, but the standard measurement, guys, is your bust point. You can go up by 1 inch. So me, I went up by 1 inch from my bust point. That is from your shoulder. I went ahead and chalked 10 inches. So I'm flipping the collar. Yeah, I'm flipping the collar because the breast pocket is supposed to start away from your collar. Do you understand? So that is the essence of you flipping your collar. So now, as I flipped my collar, from my collar, I came outward by 1.5 inches. So you can see. Yeah, that's where your breast pocket will start from. Do you understand? So I've chopped the 1.5 inches away from my collar. So now I've gone ahead to cut all these pieces together. So now I'm making use of this black piece, yeah, so that it can be visible enough. So I made use of this black piece. So the width of this piece is, the width is 4 inches, as you can see, while the length is 3 inches. So by the time we fold, we'll have 1.5 inch on fold. Do you understand? By the time we fold, we'll have 1.5 inch. So the width is 3 inches. By the time you fold, you have 1.5 inch. So now I'm away from that 1.5 inch that I chalked. I went ahead and chalked 3 inches. Do you understand? So I'll just go ahead and connect these lines together. So I've connected the lines together. So from that line that I've chalked, I'll go up by 0.5 inches. I went up by 0.5 inches. I'll come down by 0.5 inches. I'll do the same thing the other side. You go up by 0.5 inches. 0.5 inch, not inches. Yeah. So now you just go ahead and connect this line. Yeah. So now after you've connected your line, I came outward by 0.5 inch. Sorry, it wasn't showing. I didn't know it wasn't showing. I don't know if you understand. From the tip of on where I cut this half inch, marked the 0.5 inches, I went ahead and marked 0.5 inches like so. Yeah, you see that shape that I'm using my scissors to cut. Yeah, I chalked 0.5 inch as if I'm writing a triangle on the both side. So just go ahead and open up these lines with your scissors. When you reach that point, you use your scissors and open up that 0.5 inch the other side and the other side as well. Yeah, just open it up like so. So now after you're done opening up by 0.5 inch on the both side, this is how it looks like on the back side. Now this is my piece that I cut out. I just folded it like so. I'll be sewing together with my fabric. You just go ahead and place on it like so. We'll be sewing on that half inch, guys. That half inch that I chalked on the fabric. You just hold it together like so. You just go ahead and sew on top. Yeah, you sew it on top all the way from one end to the other end. You know the width of this other piece, that is that black piece, the width is 4 inches, guys. Yeah, the width is 4 inches. Yeah, 3 inches plus 1 inch on both sides. No, 3 inches plus 0.5 inch on both sides, making it 4 inches. Sorry. So after you're done sewing, you just flip it inside like so. You just flip inside. Then this that other this thing that will open up, you flip it inside with your hand inside like so. So now I've gone ahead to cut these two pieces of my fabric. The width is 4 inches. This other side is 6.5 inches length. The width of this one is 4 inches and the length is 7 inches. This shorter one is 6 inches, guys. The other one is 7 inches length. So this short one, you just go ahead and attach it to where you've sewn earlier. Do you understand? Where you've sewn earlier with this other piece, you place it like so and sew on it. Guys, please pardon my explanation. No, I don't know how to explain it again, but please just watch closely how I'm doing it. Okay, so I've joined that shorter piece of my fabric to that piece that I've joined. Do you understand? So when you flip on the front side, this is how it's going to look like. Then you flip that half inch inside. Just make sure all this all what you've cut, you just make sure they enter inside. Do you understand? With your hand, just flip them inside, because we'll be holding all of them together with this other fabric. So now this is the longer piece of the pocket. You just go ahead and place on that other half inch on the upside. Yeah, you just go ahead and sew on top with half an inch. So now after you are done sewing, yeah, this is how it's going to look like. The next thing is that we're going to be ensure to flip up that this thing that we've sewn, that we've cut. Yeah, ensure to flip it inside, because we'll be sewing on it together with this pocket. We'll be sewing it together so as to hold it up. Do you understand? We'll be sewing it, we'll be joining it together with these pieces. Yeah, just go ahead and sew on those pieces together. Just join them with 1/2 inch all the way around. You sew the bottom and you sew the other side. Funny enough, guys, this is my first time making a blazer. Seriously, guys. So if I can make this blazer, you too, you can. Do you understand? Just follow step by step. Just practice. You will actually get it. So now this is the single wet pocket. I'm done sewing. So now the next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be joining our fabric to our lining. Just ensure to match it up like so. We'll be joining the fabric, our main fabric, to our lining on the bottom. Do you understand? We'll be joining the fabric and the lining together on the bottom side with 1/2 inch. Just go ahead and sew on the two sides. So now after you are done joining on the down part, the next thing you'll be doing is you go ahead and sew on the side, that is the center front. Just sew with 1/2 inch. Just sew all the way down. That is your lining and your fabric together. Sew all the way down. Ensure to notch, guys. You know we have a curvy area at that collar side. Ensure to notch. So now I'm done sewing the both pieces together. That is my center front to my facing. I'm done sewing my single pockets. Now this is the facing. When you flip it out, the facing will be showing. So that is the essence of you making use of a different fabric. You can make use of a different Ankara, whatever, any fabric of your choice, if it is a plain fabric. So now we'll be sewing the collar together. Just flip like so. We'll be joining the fabric to the fabric and lining and the facing to the facing. So just flip the both pieces together like so. We'll be sewing on 1/2 inch. Yeah, so now after you're done sewing, just cut off the excess. Cut it off. You don't need it. Just go ahead and notch. Yeah, we've joined the collars together. That's the two pieces of the front. We've joined the collar together. So now this is how it looks like on the facing, and this is how it looks like on the main fabric. Now we'll be joining this collar to our back piece. So please watch closely. You go ahead and notch on your collar. That is that corner. You notch on it. That's the this corner. That is the form of like a square. You just notch on it. That's the center of the collar that we've sewn. So we'll be matching it on this back piece. You can see we'll be matching it up. Yeah, so just watch closely. Yeah, we'll be sewing fabric to fabric, guys. Also, don't join all together with your lining. Yeah, matching it up like so. That is the center of my back and the center of my front of my collar. Yeah, so and this is where I notched. That corner I notched. I'll be matching it up at that point there at the back. I'll be matching it up like so. So we'll be sewing on it. That is the fabric. We'll be sewing on the fabric to fabric. So just go ahead and match on it. This is me connecting with my pin. I'll just go ahead and sew all the way around. So after you're done, you notch. So the next thing you'll be doing the same thing. How you sewn the fabric to fabric, you'll be doing the same thing. That is a lining to lining. So I've gone ahead to sew my lining to my lining and my fabric to my fabric. This is how it looks like. Yeah, this is how it looks like on the right side on the fabric. So now the next we'll be doing, guys, you go ahead and open up on the wrong side. We'll be joining the back to, I could be holding the collar together, so that so that your collar will not be shifting. Do you understand? Just open it up on the wrong side. So you'll be joining your lining and your main fabric together. Just hold it up like so. Just stitch on it small. You don't need to just stitch all the way around. Just stitch on it small so that you just hold them together so that they will not be shifting. Do you understand? So the next we'll be doing is that we'll be joining our fabric to our fabric on your allowance. So if you added 1 inch allowance, you just go ahead and join with 1 inch all the way from your fabric. You sew all the way down to your lining. So now, guys, this is my sleeve. I've gone ahead to join my sleeve. You know, my sleeve, we had 2-piece when we open up the dart on the sleeve. So I've gone ahead to join it, and I've gone ahead to join the lining as well. So you just place your lining to your main fabric. Ensure it's matching. So you just sew on underneath. That is the hemming part. You just join it with 1/2 inch. That is the fabric to the lining. Yeah. So after you're done, you fold you'll be sewing your fabric to your fabric. The 1 inch that we added for joining, that is the 1 inch we added for your allowance. You sew all the way from your fabric down to your lining. So after you're done, you just open it up like so. So now we'll be attaching our sleeve to our blazer. So now this is how the sleeve look like. Just go ahead and iron. So now for you to attach your sleeve to your blazer, we'll be attaching the fabric to fabric, guys. Fabric to fabric. Just place your sleeve like so to your fabric. That's your sleeve fabric. You sew all the way around. You sew all the way around. With 1/2 inch. So after you're done sewing your fabric to your fabric, now the next thing for you to do is for you to sew your lining to your lining. So you place your lining like so. That is your front side facing each other. Just go ahead and sew all the way around. So after you are done joining the first sleeve, so the second sleeve, you go ahead and open one side. Do you understand? You'll be flipping your hand, like you'll be inserting your hand inside so you can be able to drag the other sleeve outward. Do you understand? You drag it out so you can be able to finish up your stitch. In order for your stitch not to show, do you understand? Because you are sewing lining to lining and fabric to fabric. So guys, I'll just go ahead and finish up my sewing. So I've dragged the other sleeve out from the other side of the sleeve. Yeah, it's not possible for you to be able to sew if you don't open up one side, so you can be able to flip out the other one. So after I'm done sewing, I flip it outward. That is, you flip out outside to your front side. So you just go ahead and stitch on that part. You just stitch on that part that we opened up. Yeah, this is the part that we opened up. You just stitch it. Or you can use your needle and thread to stitch if you don't want your thread to be showing. So now guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. If you are yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button. So I'll be dropping the link on how I made my corporate pencil skirt. There are techniques on how you can be able to achieve a pencil skirt that will sit well properly on you. So I'll drop in the link, so you just click on the link and watch. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.